by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS AM 1160 FM 101.1, and his name is Kevin Huwe. He's the regional housing coordinator, I should put it that way, with something called the Self-Determination Housing Project, and a specific program we want to talk with him about today, actually two of them, the PA Accessible Home Program and also the PATF, Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation. That's what that stands for. He's on the phone with us. He can explain it a whole lot better than I can. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's good. Good to have you.
I am actually crazy enough to have two different jobs with two different companies. The first job is with Self-Determination Housing Project, and I'm a regional housing coordinator, and I help other agencies with housing concerns regarding people with disabilities and older Pennsylvanians. I cover several different counties in Pennsylvania, including Indiana County. Mm-hmm. And one of our programs is the PA Accessible Housing Program, which allows people with disabilities that are very low income to receive home modifications to help them live more independently in the home of their choice. So these can be things like grab bars for in the bathroom, or maybe a stair glide or second handrail for the stairs, or maybe a small ramp out front. The program does have a waiting list, and that's not because we want to have a waiting list, but because our funding source wants us to show them that we have more people on our waiting list than we have money to serve, so that we get money the following year. But it's a great way for people who are very low income, who have a disability, that need some things around the house to make it easier for them to get around or to do certain tasks.
And here in Indiana County, who do you work with? Who helps you to identify the needs?
I work with the consumer. You know, a lot of times individuals don't know what they need. So I help present different ways that they can complete that task and help them make an educated choice as to which way they want the modification to occur. Because a lot of times there may be several different ways to complete a task, and maybe they just know of one. And so I consult with them to educate them, to let them know what product systems are out on the market, to make an educated choice as to how they want to try and complete that task.
Do you work with an agency here in Indiana County, a government agency?
I work with any agency in Indiana County that works with people with disabilities or older Pennsylvanians.
Oh, okay. Okay. So manifest that for me. How do you operate here in Indiana County? How widespread is your reach into this county?
We cover all of Indiana County for that program. And, you know, all you have to do is call our main office, and, you know, we'll find out if you're eligible for the program first. Once that happens, you'll be placed on the waiting list. When you reach the top of the waiting list, they'll give me the information. I'll come out, I'll meet with the consumer, find out what their needs are, try to prioritize those needs, and then, you know, I also will try to find additional funding sources, because maybe they have several different projects that they need help with, and maybe our project is only able to eliminate one of those barriers. So I try to find additional funding sources that will help eliminate those other barriers that they may have, or to get a complete project done.
So that's the PA Accessible Home Program. If somebody wants to plug in with you and learn more about it, or actually get involved with you in some way, either as the consumer or as somebody who can work with you, what do they need to do?
All you have to do is call our main office, check out our website. Our website is www.sdhp, self-determinationhousingproject.org. And our phone number is 877-550-7347.
Okay. All right. Now, the other program with which you're involved is the Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation. As you put it, you're crazy enough to hold two of these jobs that have a pretty wide scope. So tell me about that.
Sure. That program, the mission of PATF, Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation, is to provide education and financing opportunities for people with disabilities and older Pennsylvanians, helping them to acquire assistive technology devices and services, home modifications that will help improve their quality of life. So really, you know, assistive technology is anything that can help you to complete a task. The federal definition of assistive technology is any item, piece of equipment, or product system, whether acquired commercially, whether it's modified or customized, that is used to increase, maintain, or improve functional capabilities of individuals with disability. So really, that means anything that helps you to complete a task. We also do a lot of vehicle modifications and home modifications. So, if a person with a disability would need a new accessible bathroom, a stair glide, a ramp, all of those items, if they're not eligible for, maybe they're not low income, or maybe they're not eligible for other funding sources that can provide this free of charge as a grant, if they're forced to pay for something out of pocket, then PATF can help. We offer low-interest cash loans. So if an individual needed to borrow under $1,500, it would be a 0% interest loan, and you make $20 monthly payments back. It's very, very affordable.
Yeah.
It's over $1,500 that they need to borrow, then it would be a 3.75% interest loan. Still can't be beat.
Yeah. And we're talking residential here. We're not talking commercial or, say, churches or organizations such as that.
No, it has to be an individual, unfortunately.
Okay. All right.
And it can really be for anything that you attach to your disability. And it can also be to supplement things that are being paid for maybe by your insurance. So, for example, let's say a child is eligible for a new power wheelchair, and they're really excited about getting this wheelchair, and the wheelchair itself is paid for by the medical insurance company. But the child still wants a matching backpack for the back. They want a cup holder. They want a light kit so that they can walk their dog at night. Those things would not be covered by medical insurances. So the family could get a loan and make $20 monthly payments back at 0% interest.
We're talking this morning with Kevin Huwe, who represents actually two programs this morning that we're conversing with him about. One of those is the Pennsylvania Accessible Home Program. The other is the Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation. But when we think about programs that are this widespread and they are statewide, we also think about, okay, what are those funding sources? How is the program administered? Talk a little bit, if you would, about that.
Sure. This is a very easy program. The application is online, or you could have it mailed to you by calling our main office. We don't ask for a lot of documentation from your doctors stating that you need the device. We believe you. If you feel you need the device and you're willing to pay for the device, we're not going to make you jump through a bunch of hoops to get a bunch of paperwork turned in. So it's a very easy application program. And it's for all ages, all income levels, and all disabilities. And really, it can be anything that you attach to your disability. So like a roof over your back deck. Most people aren't going to consider that a medical device, and it certainly wouldn't be paid for by insurances or other funding sources. But if you said to us, I have a child with a disability that takes a medication that makes them sensitive to sunlight, then that's all the justification you would need to build that roof over your back deck so that that child can eat on the back deck with the rest of the family and play out there when it's sunny. So really, it can be for any type of device that you attach to your disability. So people that are low vision, if they need magnification devices, hearing aids are one of our biggest items. Unbelievably, hearing aids are not covered by medical insurances, and people do have to pay for them out of pocket in most cases. So it's one way that they can get them affordably.
It's interesting to me to note that when we're talking about the foundation itself, that it has the state's backing as the officially designated alternative financing program. That means that they've done their homework on you as well and recognize the legitimacy of what you're doing.
Absolutely. It is a federal program. Our website is www.patf.us. That's how you get that U.S. behind your name. It's a federal program. So most states have one of these programs. So even if you know somebody that is in another state, you can call our office and we can look up the Funding Assistance Center in that state and give you that information.
Kevin, are there age or income levels that must be met in order to qualify for participation in a program such as these?
No. For PATF, it's all ages, all income levels, all disabilities for all of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's an amazing scope that you have. I should mention to folks that you came to our attention through the Indiana Armstrong Builders Association, which is a fine organization working here, and I would assume that when we're talking about the services that you're able to offer, you need the support, and you need to work with organizations such as them.
I am excited to work with all the agencies in Indiana County that support people with disabilities living in the community of their choice. So I am trying to connect with different agencies to find out what they do, how we can work together, how we can do referrals through each other's agencies to help people with disabilities live more independently and do the things that they want to do easily.
I've opened up our eyes this morning to a great service that is available for here in Indiana County and across the state. Kevin Huwe, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
We appreciate it very much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
All right, bye now. And there you go. It's Indiana in the Morning on AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM.